Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boom Bar right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Dolupo, and I bid you a warm welcome to the bar today. Today promises to be very, very, very interesting. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of things today. If you're just joining me, thank you for joining us. So this is the very first time. It's the bar where we give you everything sports, politics, entertainment, and everything else in between. If you're not joining us for the very first time, still welcome back to the show. So, like I said, my name is Dolupo, and we're going to be talking about so many things today. Quite interesting things, I must say. In fact, I will say that we're at a point where people need to start. I think that it's safe to say that we should start charging soothsaying or not soothsaying, seeing what's it called now? Seeing fees. Seeing when you want to see in the future, it's time. I think it's time we should start charging those things at the bar. You might be wondering why. You would know very, very soon. Anyway, we're gonna be talking about a lot of things. There's no power in what's it called though? They say there's no lights at Aso Rock. Kaboom, kaboosh. If Aso Rock does not have power, what else is left? The rest of us, we can't like to just kaboot. Anyway, other than that, there's a lot of drama coming from Rivers State. There's a lot of gist from that angle. We're going to be talking about that. Lagos State drama too has not ended. We're going to be talking about that as well. The issue in the Senate between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha seems to have taken a different turn this time. Interesting times. We're right here, and we're going to be talking about all that things. Also, there's Burna Boy is in the news this time, and would we say maybe not for the right reasons on this matter, and quite a number of other things. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. Like I said, my name is Dolupo, and with me in the studio is Sola Rogers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Boom Bar once again. It's an amazing time to be alive. It's an interesting period. Big birthday shout out to my main man, Shemi Logo Rogers. You know, where the party at, man.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking, like I said, we're going to be talking straight to the show today. We're going to be talking that. And then as we now go straight, first things first, it was announced Abuja Electricity Distribution Company has now announced that looks like there's some issues with power in Abuja.
You see, I don't know. Can I speak freely? Okay, I can.
Yeah.
So let me tell you guys something that's crossed my mind and what's going on. Finally, Aso Rock becomes a part of Nigeria.
Because they don't have
and there's nothing
NEPA power does not mean they don't have power.
Waloma.
Let's not a part of Nigeria.
So
let's be deceiving ourselves.
Tolupo.
We both know.
Why is it a news item?
Right now.
Okay, why is it a news item?
Abuja Electric might not be able to provide power to them. Don't mean that they ain't got no power.
Dolupo, why is it an item? Why is it
that's
news?
what I said. It's news, but does it mean that they don't have power?
Or
Mr. Tinubu is using his phone touchlight to check news?
My own is that I remember a few years ago, the former vice president of Nigeria was pictured with a power bank, and it became a story. And I'm like, yeah. If vice president, the followers drag power bank,
what else is left?
Where is the hope? Where is the hope of the power? You know, a couple of years ago, I went to one part of the world, and everywhere I got to, I would immediately bring up my charger. The first 2-3 days I was there, I would bring up my charger and plug it in. You know, first day, second, because I need to be in touch with my people. You know, someone else said, you just came, Abi. Try. That thing enter my body. By the third day, I didn't take charger out again. Let the phone die safe. How can they be yapping me like that? But you know, it's because I come from a place where we need to quickly iron our clothes because there's light now. we can iron 2 weeks in advance. So for 2 weeks, you're feeling like you're abroad. And that's how Aso Rock has been feeling for years. See, welcome to Nigeria, Aso Rock. Bola Tinubu, Buhari, all of you people, you have been living abroad inside Aso Rock.
Anyway, they are still living abroad. Let's not
Dolupo, they are not. They do not have. They are not connected to the grid. And if they have to get power, they will have to put on generators, Dolupo, and that's Nigeria. Do they have power from heaven? So, see, Aso Rock, welcome to Nigeria.
Are you saying that?
Now that you people see how the thing they be for body way,
I'm sure they probably didn't even notice.
They go and ask, who told you?
Okay, I hear
Please
you.
stop putting your heads in the clouds, man. You make it sound like we don't know these places. We've not been to this place. They know that there's no light, and now they are now.
That's what I'm saying.
They are not feeling it.
They are not feeling it. We know they are not feeling it. They are not feeling it.
In your books.
And that's the truth.
Okay, carry on with your own line. I will carry on with mine. Okay. The thing that's happening now, right now, is like they are not rationing power. They're not saying you cannot have light. You cannot have light. This is the real world, and you people have just started. Actually, I don't
think that Aso Rock is.
Can you allow me have my own views?
But it's not.
Can you allow me have my own views?
Okay.
You are allowed to disagree, but can I have mine? And I'm saying that Aso Rock don't have power, and I am happy. They mention many other areas. I don't care about those areas not having light. In fact, I want those people to have light. Let Aso Rock even go like 6 months without power. Let them see how it feels.
They not gonna feel it.
Okay.
They are not gonna feel
Dolupo,
it.
The world revolves around your thoughts now. We bow and dove, so I can end my discussion. Over to you.
Over to me.
Yeah, because I'm not done, but you keep butting in and you keep making it sound like I'm not entitled to my view. You know, so over to you. Yeah, take it away.
No, I just feel that they don't have regular power.
Your feelings are not the law, though.
I didn't say they were.
Feelings. And so why can't I have mine?
I didn't say that there's anything wrong with yours.
Yes, you did, because you're cutting it short. You did. You know, so carry on. Oh, yeah.
No, I'm done.
Anyhow, I don't care. I'm just happy that this is news. It's a news item. And this brings them closer to the world. A couple of years ago, I remember I was a very young guy when a certain minister in Nigeria was saying that he has not seen people eating from the dustbins. So that means Nigerians are not suffering, that Nigerians are enjoying. A minister actually said that. And it shows you how removed they are from the world. Now, I was being jocular and funny, but now this is no joke. The truth is, if the so-called leaders do not experience life as it is once in a while, if not on a regular, they will never know what to do. Look at how all of them were flying about on jets and everything. It was when they were forced to go on Lagos Ibadan that they saw how terrible it was. And they fixed it. And that's what it is. So let them suffer a bit, even if they are going to be burning our fuel. I don't care. What I care about is that the leaders being too removed from the people affects the funny policies that they come up with. And Nigerians end up suffering. We end up being at the receiving end of all of these things. Because guess what? It's free power, free food, free clothing, free everything. As against the White House, where the president even has to pay rent. But no, not in Nigeria. Everything is free. And they must always have power. So let this power even be damaged for like 6 months. Yes, I said it. I said it. So that you can know what Nigerians are going through. There are people who are not connected to the grid at all. And they've spent their own money to buy cables, to buy transformers, to do everything. So Aso Rock being out of power, being cut off from the grid, experiencing faults, one way or the other, the news gets to them. And they realize what we're all going through at some point. And if they don't, God will continue to do what? Bring it to the fore eventually. But for me, as a person, I've brought it to the fore and I've spoken my truth. Aso Rock not having power is one of the best things I've heard today.
Okay, so on that note, I think that they do not have power from the grid, but I don't think it's going to affect them in any way. Sadly, it probably would even cost more taxpayers' money to let them have power. I do not think that Aso Rock would go on without power. They would really affect them like that. It might be in the news. It might not even realize the power went off. It's probably that bad. So I don't know. I don't see this being anything, because the way I say it is more of a, they just don't have power, and then there's other alternative power that will just kick in, which is probably already been provided for anyway before. So why not if not?
Okay, I remember I was in this country when, in protest against the government, some people who were working in the then NEPA, which is now the power holdings that they've, balkanized, actually turned off the power at Aso Rock, and they ended up in prison. Yes. Yes. They turned off the power, and Aso Rock put them in prison. I think it was under Abacha or something. That means they felt it, they saw it, and whatever. So you can stay where you are and say what you want. It's your fact, it's your truth, and this is my own truth too. That Aso Rock not having power, whether they're going to go on diesel or not, let the diesel generators look for salt somewhere and break down for a few minutes. Let them feel what Nigerians feel. Nigerians are going through a lot, and we're spending too much on power. We put us on Band-Aid and we don't have power 24/7.
Anyway, let's move on from that.
We don't even have the 20 hours that you promised.
So let's move on quickly. There's quite a number of things we're going to talk about today. And we're moving on from that. We're going to be talking about a lot of things because we're going to River State. Now, there is a lot to break down in River State. For people that watch Bomba on a regular, you will know that this is a conversation that we have been having for, would we say months? If not up to a year, because I think this drama really started at the tail end of 2023. If I'm very correct. Sorry, I need to... Anyway, so at the tail end of 2023, this basically, I think this was what started, and it looked like what was happening was going to... this was going to end it. However, there was a lot of back and forth. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about these things, and it's quite interesting. Yeah, for conversation's sake, it was nice while it lasted. However, the issue now became how much of legality is involved in what's happening in River State. So let me give you a little bit of background. So I think the drama started when the governor and the former governor started having clashes. Then there was talks of most or majority in the house leaving the house, leaving the PDP and moving to the APC. Whether they officially did it or not, we don't know. But that was the allegation. However, then there was another house that had 5 people who were said to not have moved. Then there was the Amaewhule-led assembly. Then there was the Edison here. Then Edison here left, and then there was another assembly member, Okojumbo, who now became another assembly speaker. And then there were 2 factions. There was one that had 4 people. I think there was one that had 26 to 27 people in the house. And they've been on and back and forth about this issue. Then came the issue of the local government. Before the issue of local government, then came the issue of the budget. First, it was budget. Then it became the issue of, and he kept on going, the governor kept on going to the house that there were only 4 people. Then those 4 people declared seats of 27 people vacant. Then he went on to the issue of local government and those, and there were local government laws that were being enacted back and forth. Then from then on, it moved on to electing new local government chairmen that the House had said they did not have, they did not sanction, and somebody had sanctioned, and the governor went ahead to have the elections back and forth before we got here today. Did I do justice to that?
Yeah, more or less. That's the story in a nutshell. But whatever it is, though, the beauty of it is that I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. We were here. I remember there was one of the comments from someone from, I assume it's someone from River State. Must have been a Fubara supporter that actually more or less cursed us out when we were telling them
live on air.
That look, this is what it is, and Mr. Fubara is not properly advised, because if it was, it won't be taking that route. You cannot. There is no way you're going to present a budget to 4 members when the other people are still in existence, they're still there. They say, oh, they're left, and they will come and they will beg you. I just feel that Mr. Fubara really doesn't understand.
And then
politics.
he went on and on. So I saw a video today where he was saying that those people are gone. There's nothing. They're not coming back. They're this and that. However, let me break it down. The number of judgments the Supreme Court looks like the Supreme Court had the time of Rivers State today. First things first, the Supreme Court has now barred the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Accountant General of the Federation, and other agencies from releasing funds to the government of Rivers State until it purges itself of what the court described as flagrant disobedience to court orders.
That's what it is.
That's one. So, today's judgment was a 1 hour, 36-minute judgment where they unanimously dismissed the cross appeal filed by Governor Siminalayi Fubara challenging the validity of the House of Assembly presided over by Martin Amaewhule as the Speaker. In dismissing the governor's appeal, the court has ordered Martin Amaewhule to resume sitting immediately with other elected members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. It held that it's an aberration for Governor Fubara to purportedly have presented an appropriation bill to a 4-man House Assembly, denying 28 constituencies of effective representation in flagrant violation of a court order maintaining him to represent the 2024 appropriation bill to the validly constituted assembly. And then the Apex Court further held that the actions of Governor Fubara over the alleged defection of the 28 members is an act of brigandage, the words that I've never really heard, and dictatorship aimed at preventing the House from performing its legitimate functions under the speakership of Amaewhule. Also said that, remember, there was a demolition of the River State House complex is indiscipline bordering on excessive use of executive might to frustrate the sitting. That's one side to it. Also, the Supreme Court also has now declared that the local government election conducted on the 5th of October 2024 by the River State Independent Electoral Commission invalid. This is another Supreme Court judgment by another person, another judge delivered by Justice Jamilu Tukor, had declared the election invalid for grossly violating the Electoral Act. And with that reason, all local government chairmen that were supposed to have been sworn in are now sacked.
All right. So again, it's a hat trick of heartbreak for
it's a lot
for the current governor of Rivers State, and it's funny how we could sit down here and we could look at the laws of the land, look at precedents, and look at the best possible or worst possible scenarios, but he couldn't with his team, and there he is now. Again, being able to separate the local government from the governors is one of the best things that this government has done. Out there, re-engineering and restructuring Nigeria as it should be according to the law, because governors had made themselves an authority unto themselves. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, about 1.7 trillion was shared again.
Yeah.
From the FAAC. They never had it this good, Even the president was telling them at one recent meeting that you are getting ×3 of what you used to get. So what that means is that the states are getting more money, the local governments are now getting money directly, and the governors still want to be in charge of the state and the local governments. And if you're going to do that, at least make you do like person with sabi. As much as I hate it, do it like. But you forget that there are laws in this country, there are laws in this land, and you think everything is about sentiment. And again, one of the worst things that could happen to a man who has been given wealth or power is to have yes men around you. If everybody around you is a yes man, everybody that is close to you, just yes, it makes sense. Yes, let's do it. I'm sorry.
So
you're not going to go anywhere.
I have a question with that. And the issue is, yes, I know that a lot of people say that a lot of these politicians surround themselves with yes men.
Mm-hmm.
I get the point. However, before you get other people around you,
mm-hmm.
shouldn't you have a bit of common sense yourself?
Okay, where are you going with this? I don't know.
What I'm saying is, okay, you don't get the point. Like, they say that you have yes men around you, and then they're the ones that are advising you. Before people advise you, don't you sit down in the corner of your room and say, okay, what am I supposed to do?
To introspect.
Are you all that? All of you? Are you all that?
Can I ask you? Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is this something you do? You introspect a lot?
Yes, I do. Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask you why you think everybody does? Do you have proof to that effect?
I don't have proof. I'm just saying that.
Do you think that everybody does it?
God gave us brain for a reason now.
Please leave God out of it for just 1 minute. Once.
Let
us allow God
to
breathe.
Let me say.
Let God breathe.
Okay, let me put it in another way. We have brains.
Dolupo.
Whether God gave us
brains,
or not,
whether
God gave us or not, that's a different conversation.
Are you deflecting?
I'm just saying we have brains. Brains are meant for you to think.
She's deflecting.
I'm not deflecting.
Okay, so I'm asking you directly now.
Yeah.
You introspect.
Yes.
You confirm that.
Yes.
And you think everybody does.
That's why I said the reason why I think everybody does or everybody should.
Choose one.
No,
Let me choose one so that the thunder that wants to knock your head this afternoon.
I'm taking both because I would say that. Okay, let me put it like. Let me not assume that everybody does.
Oh, finally.
But the reason why I think everybody should is because we all got brains.
You have answered your own question.
We all got brains.
My lord.
Because before no.
I have no further questions.
Before anybody tells you, do this and do that, don't you have like thoughts that before anybody come and gives me another advice? What exactly do I want to do? And you know the funny thing is
I think one of the biggest problems that you have, one of the biggest ones that you have as a person is that you assume that everybody does what you do and think like you, and they would set these parameters that you have set. Dolupo, wake up and smell the coffee. No. The reason why the world is tilted a certain way is because be everybody sabi think now.
Okay, so let me explain what I mean to you.
To me, no, explain to the people.
Let me explain. And what I mean is that yes, it's not everybody that thinks a certain way. We all can't think the same way. But before you surround yourself with whatever it is we call yes men or not, there are things that you want to do. And I think that I agree with the fact that Governor Fubara was fighting for his life. Whatever the root cause of fights between him and former Governor Wike, we don't know. But it's obvious that it is that fight that started barely 6 months after he became governor is what dovetailed into this whole drama. Whether we like it or not, it is what it is. And he was fighting for his, would we call it freedom, or he wanted to do his own thing a different way or whatever. It's to each his own, yeah? Which is legitimate. Everybody wants their own thing. It is the way you go about it that makes you either a smart person or not. That's what I'm saying. That what was his plan? Because I hear a lot of people say, he surrounded himself with yes men and they were not telling him the truth. You as a person, shouldn't you tell yourself the truth? When do you plan to tell yourself the truth that, this thing I want to do, this is what I want to do. However, how I want to do it is not making sense. Because before it was just let's wait and see. Now, it is clear as day that what he was doing was not making sense.
Can I come in now?
Please go ahead.
What we're discussing now is actually beyond Governor Sim Fubara or people who surround themselves with yes and no men. These are the facts of life. The one who has no men around him, the one that says, there's yes men and no men, the one who has someone who can actually tell him the truth to say, I don't think what you're doing is going to work, or I don't think it's right, I don't think it's good. is he also dumb? He's not. Do you understand? The whole essence of this thing is that people bring in advisors for whatever reasons. It's because you cannot see everything by yourself. You cannot do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to build a team. And it's your team that will make you successful, either in the corporate world or even as an entrepreneur or as a politician or a person in government. The ability to pick the right kind of people is what you need to succeed. Some people deliberately, just to suit their egos and massage it, pick the people that they know cannot go against them, that can't go contrary to anything they say. It's deliberate. Do they introspect? Do they think? But to think that everybody would think deeply, arojile is what Yoruba people call it. To think that it's available to everybody is to show the level of our own naivety. To think that everybody is blessed with the ability, to introspect is the highest level of naivety on our part.
Because,
and that's why people will have problems and people will succeed and people will not. I'm just saying, and it's a fact of life, that you are as good as the team you assemble and the people you work with. You can never do it all by yourself. But not everybody really wants the truth. Some people will deliberately. Haven't you seen people who pay praise singers just to wake them up in the morning and massage and suit their ego? Haven't you seen people who deliberately pick their partners based on the fact that that partner is just there to make them feel good? And the day you don't give them that service, you're gone.
So like I said, and I think that this issue in River State transcends River State. Why I said so is I'm sure that I'm waiting for because it's surprising. I've not seen a statement from the Rivers governor yet, or his aides. As early as last week, there has been so many. I remember I think the judgment of last week. There's always something that the Rivers government has to say no, it's not like that. Trying to, do you understand, rearrange or maybe explain to us that we don't know how to read English, yeah? Now, this one is as clear as day. I'm waiting for whatever it is that they're going to say from this, because at this point, I don't think there's anything else. And the Supreme Court, there are two separate Supreme Court judgments, just in case you were having, it's in doubt. So there is the first one. The first one is the one about the assembly. The second one is about the local government. It's complete. Everybody knows where they stand now. If I can say that. Anyway, the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, just about an hour ago, definitely had he's talking to the press saying that Governor Fubara has committed an impeachable offense. So I was going to go there. But before we get there, this judgment about local government transcends River State. We've seen some sort of, or what some people have called illegality in what happened in Kano State. We saw that happen over the weekend as well in Osun State. Do you understand? And shouldn't people take a cue from this and realize that this matter is not going anywhere anytime soon? I'm not sure that the courts are going to allow a lot of illegality go on. But no, as Nigerian politicians, whether you like it or not, I won't be surprised if people are already saying, maybe if this matter comes up in Kano or maybe it comes up in Osun State, say it's not the same thing. Everybody has their own issues. Then they will try to explain it away for you. But isn't it time that we need to start taking a cue? Do the right thing now before you are disgraced.
I'm looking at a tweet from one of Governor Fubara's top Twitter influencers. The Twitter handle at only one top boy with the double Y at the end, Chris. at Only One Top Boy says, and he tweeted this at 2:57 p.m. less than an hour ago. Fight to finish, standing solidly, firmly and unshakably with His Excellency Amaewhule Senibo Similaya Fubara. What is done here is to post a picture of Fubara with the 3 House of Assembly members, and he's saying, fight to finish. They're not going away, and all of that. The reason why I brought this up now,
there's no fight again. What are you fighting?
Is that this is most likely what his camp is also telling him still. As a politician that wants to survive, this is the point where you quickly beat, a retreat.
What finish? There's no other fight. The fight has ended.
And negotiate
I don't understand.
For
the fight has
soft
ended.
landing. Now, Nyesom Wike granting a press conference, he had been chomping at the bit for this for months. Being a lawyer, he understands the reason why he has to wait for the courts to pronounce this. Now that he has granted this interview, he's saying he has committed impeachable offenses. Before you bury him because you don't like him and all of that, go and read what the law says.
Yeah. So now that's where I wanted to go on to. What do you think are the likely impeachable offenses that this assembly can bring up with?
The first thing is that people forget that even budget performance is an impeachable offense. How well did your budget perform? 2, appropriation. If you are going to pass a law, if you are going to say that, if you are going to spend money, you need a law to back it. That's an impeachable offense. Because if there's no law backing the money that you are spending on behalf of the commonwealth of the people of a particular country or state, it is deemed illegal. So, on that alone, there are already 2 impeachable offenses. But please don't take my word for it. Look it up. So, these are the main issues. And we had said this months ago. Yeah. When we were saying that this is not how it should be. I remember that at some point in time, after a particular court judgment, the 26 or 25 assembly members,
one of them,
or 27 that Governor Fubara has issues with, they gave him a 7-day ultimatum to come back again. And he didn't.
No, but it means that he would have
isn't that the right way to go?
Now the court has helped him explain. There's politics
and there's the truth.
Now the court has helped him explain it. However, he also seems to have an issue with INEC, saying that INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, has said that you should stop misleading the public on political defections, especially with the respect to lawmakers. Basically, the chief press secretary to INEC chairman had said it. Apparently, the governor had said a few things about INEC not deciding to hold by-elections for the seats that he claimed were vacant, that the Supreme Court has said is not vacant. INEC is saying that they are part of the case in court. They are part of the defendants that the governor, took to court about this issue. Mm-hmm. So until the case is done,
sub judice, you can't
not even just talk about it. They can't even do anything. There cannot be elections because they need to confirm who is that assembly member, whose seat is vacant, whose seat is not, before they go on to have by-elections. And I think that those things are also very, very important. I think that politics makes politicians or government people say a lot of things.
One of the biggest things that people should be aware of, especially Nigerians, is that Nigerian politicians know how to quickly twist the truth in anticipation of something that doesn't go their way. They know how to quickly come out to tell you how blah, blah, blah is blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's blah, because it wasn't that way.
It's blah.
Yeah. So what it is like one day for the Kemi, another day for the Badenoch. Okay, Sola, what has that got to do with what we're discussing? It's just my opportunity to introduce that Keistama has dropped a quote for the ages.
Oh, God.
And it's not on our list, but I have to mention it. They say Auntie Kemi is trying to make herself the defender of the Western world. At the game of law,
Yeah,
this case Tama abuses your future ambition. Okay, let's get back to River State.
I don't know how that even entered.
What's my own? You think I will not use chance to mention it when you didn't put it on the list?
No, I'm not putting it on
the
list.
I've said it. I came in bad enough.
Anyway, please, people should.
So on a real to real, the way it stands and the way it is that. Let's move to the next story.
Anyway, moving on from that. So let's see what.
I feel like sneezing. Impeach.
Yeah.
Impeach.
Anyway, it looks like the drama in River State is not ending anytime soon. But the truth is that whether we like it or not, there seems to be some headway. I'm sure that this Supreme Court judgments are what a lot of people were hoping and waiting for. So we'll see what from today is Friday already. So maybe we might not see a lot of drama coming from there. But as Yensom Wike, it doesn't waste time at all. It has already started.
I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you guys.
But I think that from Monday, we're going to see a lot of things from the assembly.
This bar, this duo, and the other people that always join us, this bar that you're looking at is very deep, very sound, very knowledgeable. And you need to tell somebody that a lot of the things that you're looking for is here.
It's right here. Anyway, also, you can actually also send a message or call into the studio.
Yeah, on
WhatsApp, actually. WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp. Thanks.
According to my fellow senior citizen, what's up on WhatsApp?
Oh, what's up?
And the number is
234
yeah
9161637661.
Again.
Plus 234 9161637661.
Yeah.
Now, moving out from that, another drama from one assembly to another assembly. Lagos State. Kaboom.
We're still going to another higher assembly.
So, as we saw the drama that happened yesterday, we thought that drama was going to die down. However, they moved from the assembly yesterday to the court today. Mm-hmm. So, today there was, I saw an interview with the speaker.
That's Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda, saying that what Mr. Obasa did, because now you don't even know what to call him now.
The former speaker.
Former speaker was a sham. What he did yesterday, there was a lot of back and forth. However,
a show of shame.
Oh, show of shame, yes. And interesting news after deciding that, which Mr. Obasa, I want to ask you one question, please. Can you please help me expatiate? Why I said so is because last week you went to court and you said that you were suing the assembly for illegal impeachment. So you agreed that you were impeached. It was just done illegally. Abi? We agree. This week, you are now in the assembly, forced your way into the assembly, and now saying that you were not impeached. I don't understand. Pick a struggle.
If there's a case in court that the Nigerian courts, as the judiciary is sitting on, shouldn't it take precedence over any other action?
That's what I'm wondering.
That's one too.
Drama
why
is
the Nigerian police always available
for nonsense,
actions that are contrary to the law?
For absolute
when you
nonsense.
are supposed to be law enforcement.
I don't understand. They seem to be very available for everything.
It's shocking that. And this is why the state police thing might not work. Picture if there was state police yesterday. Somebody asked federal police to come and take over.
State police too.
State police was saying,
you'll be doing.
In fact, in the case of the white cat.
Excuse you.
If you notice, it was federal police
White
federal
lion,
police.
White lion.
It was federal police. Now picture a scenario where there's federal and state police.
White lion.
And these are the issues.
Thanks.
We are playing politics to the detriment of governance.
For rubbish. We're playing it with rubbish.
Governance
nonsense.
is going to take, not the backseat, is in the booth. Oh, sorry, Americans say the trunk or whatever.
So basically, today now, we saw there were 26 assembly members in the House yesterday saying
in
that,
Lagos State House of
Assembly.
Assembly.
House of Assembly saying that they were not interested in what Mr. Obasa was trying to do yesterday. He and 4 other people in the house of 40 people decided to have plenary yesterday.
And they actually did.
Interesting, yeah? Today.
Why is 4 the cost number for State House of Assembly? It's a very honest question. And I know Dolupo has the answer.
I don't. I've never been in one. I don't know. Anyway.
But you're very intelligent.
I don't know. Thank you.
You can figure it out.
Please, we're moving on. Can we stay on topic?
It's still on topic now.
No, we're not.
There were 4 people in plenary.
Jesus.
There are 4 people in Rivers State plenary too.
Anyway, no, there were 5 in the plenary plus the former speaker.
The members were 4.
The one in Okojumbo Assembly, there were 3. Minus the speaker.
There were 4 when they started.
Don't stress me. Anyway, the 35 others plus the speaker, that's 35 of them, decided to pick color and carry themselves to the court today and willingly joined the suit. Now, Mr. Obasa is now suing, and the court has allowed it, is now suing all 35 members of 40 members for illegal impeachment of him as speaker. Now, I wanted to also ask a question, and I know I've asked this off air, but I wanted to ask it on air as well. And my question is, even if the impeachment is illegal, which I honestly don't think that the issue is about wanting Miranda, because I think that she was deputy speaker, so it was just like she was the next most senior person in the house. So I don't think it was about Mrs. Mojisola Miranda being a speaker. I think it was the way it looks, and the few things that we've heard, it looks like the majority in the house. When I mean majority, not 2/3, 35 or 40, just don't want Mr. Obasa as speaker anymore. So my question is, if that, which is obvious today now, 35 people marched on to court to say that they are fine with joining the suit and they do not want you as speaker and they're standing by the impeachment process, So if that is the case, Mr. Obasa, doesn't this just show you that people don't want you? Because it's one thing for you to be illegally impeached. That's a different conversation. But even if you were even if you were illegally impeached and you came back, the people you want to be lord over, or you want to be their boss, or you want to supervise, don't want you. And they have the powers to remove you, and they did. Why do we like to force power on ourselves? You're about to say something.
The opposition is dead in this country.
No. There's opposition in a few places. It's just dead and gone in Lagos State.
No,
because,
in Nigeria.
Why?
Is Lagos not a part of Nigeria? Because right now, PDP and Labour should be all over this Lagos matter.
They have their own problems.
This is the part where...
But they have their own problems.
Dolupo, you don't get problem. Everybody get problem.
I don't have problem.
But you leave your problem to face other people's problem. It's called aproko.
But if you're in opposition, really, aproko is your job. Really,
if you are in opposition, this is gold.
But that was not what I was. Why did we?
I'm answering you now.
Okay,
is it not the same thing? So for me though, shout out to PDP and Labour. Una they sleep. This is how you play it up. Lagos is in disarray. This is the state that produced the president. The party in his state is showing that they are not together. Are you not supposed to play it up? Do you need me to teach you people these things? Oh yeah, come and pay for consultancy. You will not pay. Come and pay. Now, the former speaker, because by law, they had a quorum. They had way over the majority, and they impeached him. By law, Mr. Obasa is impeached, but he has a right to go to court to challenge the impeachment.
He does.
But he should allow the court to take its full course by sitting on his case, adjudicating, and saying, "Oh, you were wrongfully impeached. Go back there and resume." But you cannot come and install yourself. And again, that's what I'm saying. Where did the authority for police come from, knowing that the same woman who was made the speaker lost her own police protection? How is it? Is it coincidental?
They said they returned it.
Please. Cat before the
saying what
cat
they
before
said
us situation. The
first
first scenario is that she lost her police detail, and a few minutes after, they had the police helping the former speaker take over the house.
I've said it before, and I will still say it again.
So,
Mr. Basa, why are you trying so hard over people that don't want you?
There are indications that there are higher powers involved. Because how do you recall, even if she's not speaker, she's deputy speaker, is she not entitled to her own security detail? Especially at a time like this.
That's what I'm saying.
But what did you do? Whoever you are, I don't know if it's the federal or state.
There's a new commissioner of police.
You withdrew a police detail. Then after people started shouting about it, you returned and said it was it's not general, because a certain Mr. Abasa had police with him while the speaker did not. So it's glaring that party, APC, they have serious problems, and their problems might become Nigeria's problems if we don't nip it in the bud. And sadly, we don't have opposition. The PDP and Labour are belabored.
Like I said, they have their own issues, plenty issues.
That does not mean they should not wake up.
Everybody, they are awake. They just have their own issues.
Dolupo, they are sleeping.
Anyway, so we'll see the continued drama that is coming in from Lagos Assembly as well. So we move on from that assembly and we go to the National Assembly. Specifically the Senate. And today, this drama between the Senate President and Senator Natasha is not going anywhere anytime soon. As today, she's now dropped the bombshell saying that it is because the Senate President wanted to have carnal knowledge of her and she refused. That is why she's been witch hunted by the Senate President.
Somebody call my name. Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Look, I would never take lightly the case of sexual abuse or assault. So, Senator Natasha Akpoti, you went to court to sue this man for libel and defamation and everything, and you didn't sue him for sexual harassment. Is it going to be another case? Because you obviously have proof.
I hope she does.
Dolupo, you think someone will go on national TV and not have proof?
But she didn't sue him.
I
hope she does.
Are you following what I said? She went to court last week after the musical chairs problem that they had. And I blame the DJ. He probably stopped the music too fast. You know, musical chairs is when the music stops, everybody sits down. And the chair you find is your chair. Abi, Shibi, they were playing musical chairs. Oh, it was a real one. Okay. It's the DJ, Sha. I still blame the DJ. Even if there was no DJ, I just blame the DJ. Senator Natasha Akpoti, if you were sexually assaulted or, prepositioned and everything, please don't take it lightly. Go to court. Sue him again for this one. Maybe you forgot to add it to the first case. So have a second case. There's no way in the world that any sane person will support anybody that is harassing a woman sexually or a man sexually too.
Yeah.
So please,
I just hope
don't waste time.
I think that they're really
hefty.
You ice your butt.
If you do not have a proof of a sexual preposition, you are in contempt of court. You are going to be in the trouble. Because if I am the Senate President, I will say, you cannot prove it. We don't do that here. And what do? You prove it. If you can't prove it, auntie, you have messed up your whole matter, your whole case. And you see, I get the point where she was talking on that interview about how she had some bills to push and it was stepped down. I get that part. I hope the ethics committee will look into it and deal with it without any fear or favor. If the Senate President is guilty, please let us know. But on a serious matter, auntie me, sister,
I hope you have evidence.
Natasha, you must be able to prove everything. He told you that he would take care of you. He told you You have special time in his house.
He will take care of you.
But
Are you?
someone wrote something that one Ibn Mustafa guy said that a man prepositioned you in the presence of your husband and you didn't tell your husband. You even talked about how you slept on the right side of the bed, your husband slept on the left, then he held you so close and he now said to you that he held you so close and said, what did he say again? That did this guy tassy you? You said he didn't tassy you. That means you lied. And that cast a black shadow on your accusation.
Can we go?
Let's talk Lamborghini now.
What?
Burna Boy.
Well,
before
we get to that point, just want to put it out there. FCCPC has now directed MultiChoice to suspend their fee hike.
This is a good news for all the people who are using MultiChoice. They can't be happy with you.
Shout out to you people.
You keep increasing their money every other time.
Anyway, like as I said, Lamborghini matter seems to be an issue.
Before Dolupo talks about the Lamborghini matter, let's talk about the Ibadan Airport that has now been shut for 8 or 9 months.
It's going to be shut for 6 months starting from March.
Or 9 months, because that's the period you need to give birth to a new child. And we're expecting a brand new airport at Alakia in Ibadan very soon, which will be of international standards.
Yeah, so we'll see what that is going to happen. Also, interestingly, Katsina governor has announced a 5-week school closure for Ramadan. Also, that same thing is happening in Katsina State.
So a lot of people are not happy with this, that why should you shut down school because of Ramadan and all of that. But however, if it's a cultural or religious thing that they are used to, and the people in Katsina are not complaining, what's our own?
5 weeks. That's half time.
So what's our own?
Anyway, so back to the Burna Boy trend.
Yeah, Lamborghini.
So apparently there's allegations that somebody promised somebody Lamborghini.
Wait, is it Katsina or Bauchi?
Both.
Okay, Bauchi is on the list.
So
just 5 weeks now.
Somebody promised somebody Lamborghini and it was not bought, and there's a voice note.
Then the person now bought the Lamborghini by herself.
And the voice note leaked. I will still keep saying
40-something minutes.
Whoever records people's conversations, I think it's a very diabolical thing.
I worked in a place where they used to record conversations now a few years ago. And we didn't know, and we didn't care anyway. But they sure did what they had to do, so it's all right. It's not new. It did not end then, and it won't end now, as long as there are devices and all of that. But you see, so the story is about Burna Boy and some lady who's very popular amongst, some big boys in Lagos, especially on the island. She's been seen with Wizkid a couple of times. And according to the voice note, Burna Boy was the one that was actually begging to be with her and hang out with her and do a whole lot of hanging out. Really.
Anyway, well, our time is actually fast.
So she now went and bought the car by herself since he didn't buy it. There's money in this country.
People have money.
I just have one question. It's Dolupo's question. Where do they see this money?
Anyway, before we quickly go, Jose Mourinho has now been handed a 4-match suspension and fined £35,000.
Yeah, it could have been 10 games actually.
For what he had said about
monkeys jumping on the bench.
up and down. It seems to be like I honestly, to be honest, I'm not sure he's racist. I think that sometimes he just blotted it out without thinking. However, he said what he said. Yeah,
it's a new world, and we're all very sensitive. We walk on eggshells now,
The same way Mr. Carragher does not seem to... People seem to not forget that matter.
Jamie Carragher has a new owner, and his owner's name is JJ Okocha. His ownership was transferred.
I saw it, and it was saying that he should not, that nobody wants their child to be like Jamie Carragher.
Dolupo, would you have
was his career that bad?
For you to be asking, it's that bad. For you to be asking now.
I know that he used to be like a player, but
Dolupo, did you see Pele play?
no.
But you know he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest.
Yeah.
So why are you asking me about a Carragher that played 30 years after Pele? Do you understand? That shows his career was bad.
But it's like a pundit and seems like
He played many years in Liverpool. Did they win the league when he was there? Isn't that when Jurgen Klopp came that they won? Even with Steven Gerrard, they didn't win the league. That's how poor Carragher is. Carragher's career was over before he started.
Oh, wow. Yo.
So the ownership of Carragher was transferred to JJ.
From Mikel to JJ.
From Mikel. Mikel was the original owner. He owned him for 24 hours.
And I think it made it worse because someone like a Mikel actually won AFCON.
What did Carragher win in his career as a footballer?
And then he was in Chelsea. Mikel was in Chelsea where they were winning Premier
What did
League.
Carragher win as a Liverpool player or as an England player?
I don't know.
Is AFCON your mate? JJ Okocha, I don't know that your mouth bad like this. So. I stand.
I said it
a sharpshooter.
And I will say it again. You can insult Nigerians. No. Let Nigerians
talk
insult themselves. It's okay.
No, talk what you want to talk, but the
don't
reply.
Insult Nigeria. Don't start
wait
it.
for the reply.
Don't wait. Do not. We can agree that Nigerians have bad mouth.
We don't do that, yeah?
We have bad mouth. Eh? You don't do what?
Well, we don't talk.
You don't do what?
We don't do that.
Okay, I've heard you. Anyway, David Coote has also now been banned from exercising any UEFA refereeing activity
David Coote
until
is that referee
2026.
that did bad things.
So it looks like they're just handing everybody, you got a suspension.
You get it banned. You
get it banned.
Everybody gets it banned.
Everybody seems to have got to be
You are banned. You're fired.
Anyway, on that note, that is all we have to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again at 3 p.m. West African time on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of the Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. Peace.